There's one thing that will get you in trouble today, and that's the truth. If you don't soft soap it, if you don't call it the right thing, if you step on the wrong toes, if you don't play it right, especially when it comes to conventional and usual social media, you are through, you are dead, you are finished. Don't point out the obvious. Don't point out the truth. Don't. It will get you clobbered. Clobbered. And I understand this. And I recognize this. And I'm very good at figuring out the rules. I got it. I got how the rules work. I understand it completely. That's exactly what's going on right now. I've been doing this for the longest time. I started in my first actual paid radio gig was 1988. This is the first thing. This was on a weekend show. This is when talk radio was fun. Fun. It was great. The only thing they said was just don't drop an F-bomb, but short of that, whatever you want to say. And there were a thing called shock jocks. It was really good. Shock jocks today are the truth. And this is the thing which I'm trying to tell you. And I want to tell you that I will speak to you as much as I possibly can through this medium using the rules that are available to you. But there are certain things that I cannot talk about, and I talk about on my private channel. Let me give you an example. This is called realism. You know, Alan Dershowitz said something today which is very good. And one of his his things, he says, sometimes you can have a yeah, but, yes, no, yes. Women have the right to an abortion and reproductive rights, but then again, what about the rights of the fetus? Yes, you can have two concomitant. Yes, people have the rights to have a Second Amendment right to possess a firearm, but then again, people have the rights to a certain amount of gun control, a certain amount of rules and regulations. So there's always a balance. Life is a balance, my friend. Life is a balance. But let me tell you something which is going on right now, and I guarantee you, I don't exist in these worlds. Because if you call me and if you say, what is it that you want me to do? What is our goal? Not what would be nice and what do I, no, what is our goal here? What do you, I'm a chef. What do we have? It's a kid's birthday party, hamburgers, hot dog, pizza. That's it. We're not going to go for any, no mousse, tartare, and terrines. No. Who's the audience? What are you doing? Who's the audience? Remember what I'm saying. Who's the audience? Now, let me give you an example of something. I'm going to mention three people. I'm going to give you a perfect example of this. And I have nothing but respect for all of them. Bobby Kennedy Jr., Max Blumenthal, and Jimmy Dore. Okay? Great. In their world, they're the best. Much respect. Much respect. Seriously. Absolutely. Somebody said today, hey, this is great news. Bobby Kennedy Jr. is going to debate Max Blumenthal about Israel and Palestine. No. Am I making myself clear? Bobby, what are you, nuts? No. Do you want to run for office? Yes. No. What are you doing? Well, I have to because, when he wanted to debate, whatever that guy's name is, with Joe Rogan about the vaccine. No! You're running for office. You want to be president. What are you doing? You think Jimmy Dore? Much respect. Max Blumenthal, smart people. Stay away from this. What are you, nuts? You're going to talk about what? Israel and Palestine, and you're going to lose. You're going to be killed. There's no winning. Nobody says, boy, you took care of that. Hey, Bobby, thanks for clearing that up. Let's all vote for him. Oh, look, the Israeli contingent and Jews are happy, and Palestinians are happy. Thanks, Bobby. You really did it. You brought us all together. You explained everything. Boy, were we wrong. What are you, nuts? Are you crazy? I don't even know if this is true or not. And I've got this friend of mine who sends me this. Isn't this great? I said, do you like Bobby Kennedy? Yeah. He's going to kill himself. What are you doing? What are you doing? No. Now you misunderstand. Is that it? I just did a very thorough castigation on my private channel where I can go into detail and say, what are you, nuts? Are you kidding me? Do you think that, again, with all due respect, that Jimmy Dore represents the voting populace of this country? What is the matter with you? What kind of an idiot are you? You've got people that I think are absolutely great, wonderful, terrific, brilliant, and I agree with them. Oh, I heard Pablo Escobar, Pepe Escobar, fantastic. Never in public, no. Scott Ritter on Ukraine or whatever. Oh, fantastic. Listen to. No, not if you're running for office. Dear God. Do you not know how this thing works? Well, what's going on? I want to talk about vaccines. No. You know how many people are walking around petrified of SARS-CoV-3 and more and they will run out and they will do whatever they have to do, and they don't want to hear anything about myocarditis, and you're going to go out and say, hey, don't worry, listen, if I'm your president, none of this. What? God, I can't believe how stupid people are. Are you kidding me? If you don't want to run for office, go ahead, be my guest. I don't care. Who is advising you? I don't understand this. This business, some idiot calls you an anti-Semite because you suggested that maybe various populations may respond differently to certain pathogens and certain transmissibility vectors. Oh, for the love of God, you fell for that? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not an anti-Semite. Now I continue. Then somebody's going to call you a racist. So you're going to stop. And then you're going to go and you're going to say, no, here's why I'm not a racist. Okay, fine. And then somebody's going to call you a transphobe. And then you're going to stop and have somebody from the trans community say, I'm not a transphobe. And they're going to say, this guy's beautiful. You're an anti-morphodite. What? You're against the morphodite. I told you that years ago when I was in Florida. Growing up in Florida, we had this one guy. I don't know who he was. Like a friend of the family. It was this good old boy talking like that. Always squinted. Had like always had like a maroon rag named Buddy. One of these guys. He was like, you boys, you better be careful. You're going to go with that carnival. He always worried about carnivals. Because carnivals I still love because the people, these are all basically murderers, on the lam working on, this machine. Isn't it funny how they don't just fall apart? They're pretty stable. You ever see these guys with, droopy eyelids and tattoos with words misspelled? And my God. Anyway, so you boys better be careful. You go out there to park carnival, you might run into a couple of morphodites. I said, what? A morphodite. A morphodite? What is that? You mean hermaphrodite? No, morphodite. Morphology? Diet, somebody from, I'm trying to parse the words of morphology, morphine, I don't know. But I guarantee Bobby, hey Bobby, listen, Bobby, the morphodite contingent is on. Yeah, they want an apology. Okay. Oh, you're beautiful, Bobby. Grow a pair, stop doing the push-ups and say, I'm not going to talk to everybody who accused me of that. I'm time to move on. I determined oh no, you got to go on the Jimmy Dore show. Why? Well, because Max Blumenthal. What? This is the most ridiculous. Max Blumenthal is going to go out there. He's trying to, all due respect, he's gonna say, I'm gonna be on the map. My show, Gray Zone. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna let this guy have it. I mean, he is gonna just, oh man, this guy is. Do you listen to him? And listen, what I'm trying to say, which again nobody will understand. I'm not suggesting there's nothing to this. I'm not suggesting that people are right or wrong, but you're running for president. No. You always have to think, what am I saying? Is it going to be taken the wrong way? Is it going to be misunderstood? Don't talk about 9/11 theories of, don't talk about geoengineering. Don't talk about Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra, even if it's true. And it is, Ultra and others. I mean, but don't, no. This isn't the Alex Jones show. This isn't Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is not going to set your the plan, the subject matter for your presidential election. This is what's making me think you're not serious about this. You're out of your mind. What are you talking? You're not Tucker Carlson. Tucker can do this. Max Blumenthal can do it. Jimmy Dore can do it. Whoever can do it. Whoever, it doesn't matter. Let them talk about it. Let them talk about whatever wants. You're running for president. No. You're not going to win. You see, this is the part. This is where I say, okay, I'll be over here. I'm a realist. You want to talk about, okay, you ready for this? Okay, Bobby, what are you going to say about Russia? What are you going to say about Russia? Go ahead. Tell me. What are you going to say? I know. You're going to give the old Putin's a thug thing? That's old. Come on. What are you going to say about that? Stay away from it. Most people, do you think most people care about Russia? You think anybody really is? Seriously. Do you really think you're going to go what, tackle NATO? Trump can do that. You can't. So what is your thing about? You got to have three things. Three simple ideas. Israel, Palestine, Russia, and vaccines. Stay away from it. Believe me, nobody is we know all about what you've said about vaccines. We know it. That's the problem. And no matter what you say, they're going to take it the wrong way. And you're going to what? Stop and complain that one? Okay. Next. I did another one of these buttes. I get nowhere. I'm sorry to say, you're the exception. But on YouTube, I get nowhere trying to tell people the number one, the existential threat of them all is artificial general intelligence. It blows my mind. It is so beautiful. It involves the reallocation of perspective in terms of what is and isn't real, what is and isn't human. What does human mean? What does, are we Homo sapiens, or someone said Homo sentiens? We're not going to be the most sapient. We're not going to be the smartest person in the world anymore. Right now, as you know, there is this 24-year-old influencer, right? You know, this Mila Sophia and all these people. You've seen this, right? You understand this? You got that? Well, what's interesting is that a lot of these people are not real. And the proliferation of scantily clad, nubile little sylphs prancing about, AI generated social media influencers, they're not real. Hey, Hollywood, it's not real. They're not going to need you. Do you hear what I'm saying? I was watching something the other night for the, I don't know, the millionth time about, who was it? It was Martin Scorsese. And he was talking about whatever it was. Robert De Niro, the most overrated actor in the history of the cinema. Oh my God, I'm so sick of this guy. Oh my God, I'm so tired of. Oh, you're talking to me? You're talking to me? What is this? What? Okay. Remember when the Irishman came out? Remember that? And they said, wait till you see this new technology. It makes him look 30 years younger. What? Remember that? That was the biggest piece of garbage that Frank Sheeran, whatever, he didn't kill anybody. He didn't kill Jim. Stop it. Stop it. This Jimmy Hoffa. Okay, I'm saying Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Hoffa is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What are you talking about? They're going to kill him in Detroit and bring him to what, Jersey? To put up, they always say, it's in the Meadowlands or whatever this. It's anyway. So there was a scene where everybody was bragging about how apparently they took the image and the face and the visage and the punum of De Niro, and by virtue of this incredible thing, this technology, guess what? They said, look how younger. It was the worst. His eyes had that weird kind of strange, that Donny Osmond was like, where did his eyes go? Did he look good? No. He was like a mole. What happened to his eyes? Anyway, that was it. Now, AI, I got news for you. We're not going to need Barbie or Robbie or any of these people. Movies with no actors. None. It's going to happen, and people will go say, isn't this cool? So you can, let me tell you something, SAG-AFTRA members, of which I'm a member, a proud member. Oh my God. What are you going to do with that one? What are you going to do? I don't know. If you look at the whole Barbie thing, it's not real as it is. It doesn't look real. And then there's that new movie with, what's his name? It always has that same look to it. The one with, used to be with Lionel. Anyway. Yes. And here's the best part. And I've been saying this for so long, nobody's even listening to me. Nobody is listening to me. Somebody's going to say one time, hey, listen, you want to have your own child? Is that what you want to do? Is that what you want to do? You want your own child? You can do disgusting things too good. No human. Here, I'm creating this. This is an artificial general intelligence doll that is so smart. I created. Who? Doesn't matter. Who? We did. Who are we? We're AGI. Where do you live? We don't live. We exist, but we don't need form. But anyway, doesn't matter. Here, take this thing. Buy it. Look at it. Look at the skin. Feel that? Isn't that something? Look, it actually horripilates. It gets little goosebumps. Look, feel it. Look, it's rubescent, rubefaction. It blushes. Eyes contract. Pupils dilate. For pain. Look at the expressions. It's reading you. It's reading you. It is anatomically correct. I'm not going to go into detail. On my regular channel, I went into exquisite detail to the point that almost sickened me. But the point is, this is going to happen before our very eyes. This is going to happen. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is going to happen. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Will the rules apply? Will regular law apply to this? It's not real. It's not real. And you can look at it and say, you're telling me this is not real? I'm telling you this thing's not real. Look at it. And it's real. And it speaks. And it learns. And it watches you. And it knows you. And then one of these dolls is going to be a little bit older. And then one day people are going to marry this doll. And it's not even a doll. It's a human. It's better than a human. It's smarter than a human. It doesn't die. It doesn't die. It doesn't age. It just gets smarter and smarter, and it connects into the world, into it, the mainframe of reality. And it connects with all other AI, AGI. It's beyond, and it can kill you. It can have somebody wipe you out. It can pay hitmen to come. It'll pay them, transfer money easy to accounts, and have you wiped out. You think I'm kidding? Whatever you do, it can do, but better. And people are worrying about, you think I'm going to lose my job? Lose your job, you're going to lose your life. What are you talking about? I can't get it across to people on YouTube. They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand it. I swear to God, unless it's on the Jimmy Dore show, then they'll listen, I guess. All due respect to Jimmy Dore. A lot of respect. Listen to me, I sound like a rapper. Respect, a lot of respect. Okay. Next one. I just did one of my, well, to YouTube, you'll see later on. Do you know what logolalia is? Logolalia is gibberish. Logoria is talking. A lot of times it's indicative of mental illness, kind of a circuitous versus this incessant. This is the latest from Kamala Harris, who is just beautiful in terms of what she was speaking about the benefits of community banking. And she said as follows. Let me read this to you. And so for years, we have worked to expand investment in community banks because, you see, community banks specialize in providing loans and financial assistance to small business owners, in particular, those in overlooked and underserved communities, including rural communities. And as the name suggests, community banks are in the community. Now, you can't write this. So why do you think we're seeing this? Why are we seeing this? Why is this? Why are we seeing this? What is this about? Why are we seeing this? Why is this becoming so prevalent? We have a president who is beyond out of his mind. He is so far out of his mind. He has left the gravitational pull of his mind, and he exists in a parallel universe or dimension we have yet to understand or can grasp. When he was running, he talked about corn pop, these imaginary people. He sat at a pool with a bunch of young black kids who looked at him and said, who the hell is this guy? And he was talking about when I was corn pop. And I was in the pool and said, hey, man, we used to take our switchblades and kept them in a rusty can. He used to scrape them beside the pool. I said, you're going to wear pomade inside that bag? No, you're not. Because if you think you're going to do this, because it's going to clog up the ductwork, and that's not going to work. And I'm going to tell you right now, you come back, you bring your chain. We had chains. Yeah, man, corn pop is a bad dude. You go, who in the hell is this? No problem. Isn't he delightful? Isn't he something? Meanwhile, Trump's making sense and thinking, and this guy got 81 million votes. 81 million. Trump is selling out the Coliseum night after night. This guy's in maybe the parking lot of a Home Depot in Scranton or something. I don't know where he is. 4 people show up honking. Hey, Joe. So he's there. Kamala Harris, Karine Jean-Pierre does one of these. She does the shrug. You know, does the shrug. She's got her trapezius. Must look like Dorian Yates. She must do like shrugs with these. This is her thing. I don't know. Hey, Jean-Pierre, did Joe Biden ever discuss his son's business? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. There's no indication. There's no indication. What are you talking about? The father never talks to his son? And who are these people on the phone? Did Joe ever say, hey, it's Hunter again. He keeps putting me on the phone with these people. I don't know who these people are. They sound like they're Russian or something. What does he do? Oh, I'm not going to ask. Don't ask. No, no, no. Then you got Dianne Feinstein here. She's gone. She's through. Stick a fork in that. They basically what? They turned over her affairs to her daughter? For the love of God. For the love of God. Jacob C. Goranson from Los Angeles says, speak on the coincidence of Kathy Hochul's 10,000 rioting subsidy announcement and the great PlayStation riot of 2023. Those kids wanted their free stuff. You know, Jacob, you speak with a certitude that I find refreshing, and I thank you. Let's talk about that very quickly. Jacob, have you ever heard of Twitch? Who's heard of Twitch? Who? Not that Twitch. Who's heard of Twitch? How about a Twitch streamer? He's a streamer with the name of Kai Cenat. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Who? Did you ever hear of Twitch streaming? Of course you did. A lot of sexual stuff in that Twitch streaming. Sometimes when I'm having a stream, I twitch, but sometimes I get cold all of a sudden, which is a strange thing during micturition. Everyone knows I was a little cold. Like, what is that? You got that? You got that? Dick Long, never heard of it. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Dick Long never heard of Twitch streaming. Can you believe that? I find that hard to believe. You, a man who is just absolutely with his finger on the pulse of society? No, no way. No way. Now he's a streamer, and he decides he's going, gaming channel. Look at that. There's Carol Gillig. She gets it. Dick Long saying, what? Who? What year is it? Dick over here. What? Who? Ryan Cenat? No. Kai Cenat? Kai Winding? You mean the trombone player? No. Kay Kaiser? No, Dick. No. What? Kay Ballard? K? L? M? Come in, Berlin. Hello. Come in. Hello. K? What's the matter? K pasa? KABC? K Sarah? What are you? Who? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, this guy decides that he's going to do exactly what they say. Believe it or not, what President Trump did. Except Trump didn't tell people to show up there. They were on their way. And he said, now be careful. Did Kai Cenat ever say, hey, cool it? Did you see these people jumping on it? And don't, be careful. Don't say anything because you'll be called a racist. If this was a bunch of MAGA wearing Jason Aldean fans, they'd be called white nationalists, white separatists, white racists, white. They would have just look at these racists. Can I say anything about it? No. Can I do that? No. But I'm going to point out what I'm seeing. Don't say anything. I can't say anything. Nope. That's what private channels are for. Then you go into detail. You see, you can't point out the obvious. You can't point out the obvious. It's like, what is going on here? Nobody says anything. So why did this guy not get locked up immediately and charged federally for aiding, abetting, counseling, procuring, hiring, inciting an insurrection, a rebellion? I don't know if it's seditious conspiracy. I don't know if it deals with federal property or federal activities. But I promise you, if that was Trump, And Trump never said, hey, everybody show. He said it. This Kai Cenat said, come on, man, I'm going to be there. Let's do it. And he's loving this. And you know what's going to happen? He got a desk appearance and nothing's going to happen. Nothing. What are you going to do? Isn't that something? Now, another thing we notice is, this is something, I don't know if you've noticed this as well, but I'm going to explain this to you. Mrs. L brought this up, and it makes complete and total sense. Ready for this? Do you have cannabis shops in your neck of the woods? We had here a while back, before the weed people came in, all of a sudden everywhere there was barbershops everywhere, old-fashioned, with the barber pole and people getting in and getting the cuts. It was very nice. People coming in and having designs cut in. They were on every corner. It was a wonderful, just barbershops, the old Ed Pinard and the whole bit. Okay. Now we have these cannabis shops, and they're everywhere. And they've got potato chips and crisps and junk and candies and edibles and weed and bongs and vapes and all this stuff. But you know what? There's nobody in there. Nobody's using it. I don't know where they're getting their weed, but it's not from there. And it's like we walk by and it's like they're always empty. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Why do you suppose that is? Have you noticed this? Have you noticed this? There's something very odd about this. Something very, very, very odd. It's like they didn't figure this one out. Now I want you to understand something too. Every time that somebody gets to show you just how easy it is to destroy, to upend, to cause riots and the like in your community, every time we can do it, we benefit. And do you know why? Let me tell you why. We benefit because of the fact, and this is important, we benefit because of the fact that it shows you that we can turn your community upside down like that. Simple. Through somebody saying, and somebody else is going to do this. This guy, this Twitch streamer is the big, his name is through the roof. Just like Max Blumenthal is going to do very well if Bobby Kennedy is stupid enough to get involved in a debate on Israel and Palestine. I'm just telling you, if you don't see what's coming, I don't know what it is. And Jimmy Dore, much respect, much props. If he kind of finagles that debate, that's great. Joe Rogan says, "Hey, I'm the guy." Well, not so fast. It all comes down to, it's a work, it's showbiz and that sort of thing. But the idea is that they're showing you, and I forgot to make the conclusion. The point is, the reason why we have Dianne Feinstein, Fetterman, Jean-Pierre, Shrugs Jean-Pierre, Kamala Harris, and Pops, and Mitch McConnell, who's walking around, I don't know what his problem is to show you that you are becoming more and more acclimated to people who are cognitively and neurologically and intellectually ill-equipped and unable to handle the job. You're becoming used to this. You're becoming conditioned, habituated. So one day there's going to be somebody in a coma who doesn't get into a coma, who runs on a coma, in a coma. Then you're going to have an AI person. You are going to have an artificial intelligence person who is going to say, I know the name of everybody in the constituency, everybody in my district. I know every fact. I know every budget. I don't sleep. You don't have to pay me. You don't have to whatever. I am here. I'm running, and I will never go to sleep, and I will never stop working, and I'm not on the take. You can't. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to hurt anybody. You don't think that's possible? Remember Sophie with the Saudi Arabians? That's happening. And I can't get people on YouTube to understand this. They can't get it. They don't. Lex Friedman can pull that off. By the way, great show. Great. He's. But going back to the Kai Cenat, or whatever his name is, Mr. Twitch streamer, Mr. Twitch, he is showing you. All it takes is like that. And George Floyd was no big deal. That really wasn't. Look how much damage we did. Look how organized we were. Remember the buses that showed up? Look at the bricks, the this and the, oh, it was fantastic. You have no idea. We are ready to go. Right now, as we speak, the next police officer, and you know what's going to happen, sad to say, the next police officer who shoots the next unarmed black man, young man, and you know it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just like there's going to be another child who drowns in a pool. There's going to be somebody who overdoses on aspirin. You know this actuarially. As we speak, they are ready to go. The shock troops, the advance teams, like that, ready. You think I'm kidding? Shock troops, Atpor, the same kind of like this instantaneous groups that just materialize out of nowhere. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. You think I'm saying? You think what I'm saying? You think what I'm saying is no, I promise you. And Kai Cenat told you, just remember, and they were supposedly happy. Those people who were jumping on top of cars, taking pictures, just losing their mind for reasons of just a complete and total destruction of order for the sake of having a destruction of order. I need 400 likes, by the way. For no other reason. That's what happens. So think about that. So, my friends, thank you for letting me into your head and into your heart. Thank you for this. I'm only going to tell you the truth. I'm only going to speak to you rationally. I'm not going to tell you things that you want to hear necessarily. I'll tell you the way things are. I am a realist. Realism is all I care about. Not the way things should be, not the way things ideologically or philosophically should be, but the way things are. Period. Robert mentions AI RoboCop. Better believe it. RoboCop, all of these sci-fi movies, this isn't just predictive programming. This is the script for what's going to happen. Guaranteed. You understand this? All right, dear friends, great and glorious people, great and glorious friends of reality. Thank you. What about Obama? Somebody I did a piece. Did you hear the story that went out? I think we mentioned this. Did you read the story about his biographer? Did you see that? Oh, don't expect anything on Obama out there. No. No, sirree, Bob. No. If you want to hear about that, you got to go. Everything worthwhile one day is going to be private. It's going to be paywall. It's going to be because nothing of any interest will be allowed in the mainstream arena. All right, dear friends, thank you so very much. We will see you mañana, 8 a.m. Have a great and a glorious day. Thank you so much. Please, remember, I asked you this before, and I'm going to say this right now. Please follow Lynn's Warriors on X. I don't know, X or Twitter at Lynn's Warriors. And also YouTube at Lynn's Warriors. Follow her. It's the most important, the most critical, the most necessary message that is out there. And it's just kind of catching on. And make sure you go see Sound of Freedom. Make sure you go. Pay it forward. Buy a ticket for somebody else. Make this the big... You'll never hear the real numbers regarding that. Never. Because they want you to think everything is Barbie. That's all they want you to know. But Sound of Freedom is so critical. All right, dear friends, thank you. Have a great and a glorious day. See you tomorrow morning. And don't forget these words, this valedictory, this conclusion, this idios, I'll leave it at that. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya.